Hi, my name is Stephanie Reynolds. I have a passion for sharing my love of travel with people that also have the same desire to explore new places and cultures. While I have hosted 18 groups to Costa Rica, last year I've also hosted groups to Europe and China. This year I'm looking forward to seeing Machu Picchu in Peru and experiencing the other unique cultural sites that Peru has to offer. I'm going to share with you why I'm excited about this trip. Experiencing Machu Picchu has been a big dream of mine for a very long time, and I wanted to create a trip that would be the best and most unique experience possible. Since Spanish is a spoken language with only a few people speaking English, we have an English-speaking guide to help us through our incredible journey. Our 7-night trip will start in Lima, the capital of Peru, located on the stunning Pacific coast. The map highlights the areas that we will be visiting. We will spend 2 nights in Lima, known for its Spanish architecture, reflected by the presidential palace here, which was built in 1535 and is still the seat of the executive branch of the Peruvian government and the official residence of the President of Peru. While we are in Lima, we will be taking a city tour, which includes Plaza Mayor, San Isidro, and the Miraflores area. Following the 2 days in Lima, we will take a flight to our first stop in the Peruvian Andes Mountains to Cusco, which is 11,000 feet above sea level. Cusco was once the capital of the Incan Empire and is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's known for its archaeological remains and Spanish colonial architecture. Upon arrival to Cusco, we will start this day tour of the Sacred Valley. We will travel to the town of Pisac. On the way, we will visit Korikancha, a farm with animals of the region, like the llama and the alpaca. We will learn how the indigenous people use plants and natural elements to make wool. We will visit the Pisac Market, one of the most famous markets in the Cusco region. This famous Sunday market is where the indigenous Quechua communities from the surrounding highlands come to sell their produce and stock up on supplies for the week. We will visit Ollantaytambo, an Incan military, religious, and agricultural center located at the top of the mountain where we will be able to look down to the street and see its incredibly narrow streets and canals that have not changed since the Incas constructed them. The next day we will travel to Machu Picchu by Vista Dome train with a private guide. The domed windows will allow us to see the stunning views as we travel to Aguas Calientes, a small town located at the base of Machu Picchu. We will then catch a bus, which will take us to the Machu Picchu Archaeological Site main entrance. Our guide will tour us through the entire site, explaining the various features and history that make Machu Picchu so compelling of a destination. After the tour, we will check into the Belmont Sanctuary Lodge, which is the only hotel located at the top of Machu Picchu across from the main entrance. This hotel includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the most spectacular views. Staying at the Belmont offers us a unique opportunity that no other hotel can offer us. We will be able to see the sunrise and the sunset over Machu Picchu, as well as have access to it without a lot of other people being there. Following our Machu Picchu journey, we will head back to Cusco. We will visit the Korikancha Temple, an ancient Inca worship center of the sun god which was once covered in gold. Plaza del Armas is a central square in the old city with carved wooden balconies and Inca wall ruins. The Baroque Santo Domingo convent was built on top of the Incan Temple of the Sun and has archaeological remains of the Inca stonework. Sacsayhuaman is a citadel on the northern outskirts of the city of Cusco. It is the historic capital of the Inca Empire. The first sections of the citadel were first built in about 1100 AD and was expanded by the Inca in the 13th century. The walls are composed of huge stones which were carefully cut by workers to fit together so tightly that they did not need any mortar. Our tour continues with visits to 3 archaeological sites, Kenko, Puka Pakara, and Tambo Mukai, important religious and administrative centers for the Incas. After our last night in Cusco, we will travel back to Lima, where you can have the option to fly home, or you can extend your vacation with one of 2 options, to lesser known but equally interesting experiences. Option number 1 is to fly over the Nazca Lines. About 250 miles south of Lima are a group of pre-Columbian geoglyphs etched into the Nazca Desert. Believed to be created by the Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD, and were designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1994. Covering an area of nearly 600 square miles, there are about 300 different figures, including animals and plants. The figures are best seen from the air, which is why we will be flying over them. The figures vary in complexity. Hundreds are simple lines and geometric shapes. More than 70 are designs of animals, such as birds, fish, llamas, jaguars, monkeys, or human figures. Other designs include shapes, such as trees and flowers. As part of the Nazca Line flight tour, we will get to visit the Ballestas Islands. Off the southern coast of Peru, the islands are rich in marine life, where uninhabited islands are home to sea lions, pelican, Peruvian boobies, and Humboldt penguins. Small boats will take us out to the island's craggy rock formations. On the way, we will pass Paracas Candelabra geoglyph, an enormous hillside etching of a mysterious origins. Our second option is the Taquili and Uros Islands on Lake Titicaca. The culture on Taquili Island date back to pre-Incan times. The islanders still live according to the traditions of their ancestors and are world-renowned for their lovely outfits and incredible textiles. In fact, UNESCO has declared the textile art of Taquili Island as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. We will sail over to the famous Uros Islands, a set of man-made floating islands in the middle of Lake Titicaca National Reserve. Here you will meet the islanders who live on totora reed platforms just like their ancestors did. If you can answer yes to all these questions, then you are the perfect person to join me in this trip of a lifetime. It would be my pleasure to send you the information and the itinerary. Thank you for joining me today.